Hi students, so I'll continue SN1 mechanism. SN1 mechanism: substitution nucleophilic unimolecular. The reaction between tertiary butyl bromide and hydroxide ion to form tertiary butyl alcohol. So step 1, the polarized CBr bond undergoes slow cleavage to produce a carbocation and a bromide ion. CH3 single bond C, single bond CH3, single bond CH3, single bond Br. So that is tertiary butyl bromide. This is the slow step, and after cleavage between the bond between carbon and Br, the Br become negative and carbon become positive. So that is carbocation. So this is the first step. In second step, that carbocation treated with hydroxyl ion, OH minus ion. Okay, so opposite charges attracts, so formation of tertiary butyl alcohol. This is second step and this is first step. Okay, now see the main points for SN1 mechanism. First one, product. What type of product you'll get? Racemic mixture you'll get. Racemic mixture means 50% dextrorotatory and 50% levorotatory. Okay, so that one we'll discuss in next topic. What is racemic mixture? Okay, and intermediate. What type of intermediate you'll get? Intermediate is carbocation. So what is the order? Order is first order. And this SN1 is two-step reaction. And what type of base we are using in SN1? Strong base we are using. Rate is depends on only alkyl halide. Okay, so rate of reaction depends on only slow step. Okay, so not depends on fast step. So in slow step, so only alkyl halide present in reactant site. So that's why concentration of alkyl halide. Okay, so rate is depends on only alkyl halide. Next, reactivity order. This is opposite to SN2 mechanism. So what is the order? Tertiary greater than secondary, secondary is greater than primary. Next one. See, allylic and benzylic halides show high reactivity towards the SN2 reaction due to the carbocation does not get stabilized through resonance. See example, CH2 double bond CH, single bond CH2 and positive. So this is undergoing resonance. So CH2 single bond CH, double bond CH2. So small mistake is there. CH2 is the right, put positive charge on CH2. Okay, CH2 positive, right side. Okay, CH2 positive, single bond CH, double bond CH2. Okay, so that is proton shift. When double bond shifted from double bond to single bond, and positive charge shifted from right side terminal to left side terminal carbon. Okay, so that one. Next one, benzyl carbocation. Okay, so benzene single bond CH2 positive. So now this benzene contains a double bond, that pi electron shifted to carbon, that CH2 and the benzene ring, that become double bond and positive charge generated on benzene. Okay, so this is because of this reason the allylic and benzylic halides are more reactive towards SN1 mechanism. Okay, next one, stereochemical aspects of nucleophilic substitution reaction. First one, optical isomerism and chirality. Chirality two types, achiral and chiral. Next one, racemic mixture. Next, retention, inversion, enantiomers. First, we will discuss what is optical isomers or isomerism. Two compounds having same molecular formula but differ in rotation of plane polarized light. So I'll get, if it is light is rotate clockwise, that is dextrorotative. If light is rotating anti-clockwise, that is levo-rotatory. Next one, ambident nucleophiles. So ambident nucleophiles. 1 minute. So this is page number 10 is again repeated. Don't see that one. Okay, next one. See, this is comes under optical only. See, if it is light is rotating anti-clockwise, that is dextrorotatory. If light is rotating clockwise direction, so that is dextrorotatory. Okay, dextro means we are using D, levorotatory we are using L. Okay, next one, optical activity. So when compound contains chiral carbon, then the compound is optically active. It undergoes optical isomerism. So what is chiral carbon? 4 different groups or atoms attaches to the middle carbon. Okay, so 4 different groups directly attaches to carbon. Okay, so that time that carbon is chiral carbon. If compound contains chiral carbon, so that compound is optically active. See, when compound contains chiral carbon, then the compound is optically active. It undergoes optical isomerism. So what is chiral? Okay, the object which are non-superimposable on their mirror image are called chiral, and their property known as chirality. Okay, these molecules are optically active. See example P. Okay, symbol P is there. What is the mirror image of P? So that is looking like 9. That we call as non-superimposable. That is not same. That is totally different. So that's why non-superimposable on their mirror image. Okay, so this type of objects or molecules we call as chiral molecule. Okay, 4 different atoms or groups attached to carbon. So this carbon is example C. A, B, C, D is there. Okay, 4 different atoms or groups attaches to that carbon. So that carbon is chiral carbon. If the compound contains any one chiral carbon, that compound is optically active. Next one, achiral. The objects which are superimposable on their mirror images are called achiral. These molecules are optically inactive. Okay, so this is superimposable on its mirror images. Superimposable means same. Okay, see example O, mirror image of O is same, that is looking like O only. There is no difference between original object and mirror image, that is same. See example A chiral. See A present, same atoms or same group present in molecule, two groups or two atoms present, A and D C present. Okay, so here A 2 times present, so that's why this is achiral. Okay, next one, this is 14, 16, here is 15. Okay, next one is enantiomers. So what is enantiomers? Optically active isomers which are non-superimposable on its mirror images are called enantiomers. So what is enantiomers? Optically active. Now you know what is optically active. If the compound contains chiral carbon, then that compound are optically active. See, optically active isomers which are non-superimposable on its non-superimposable means the mirror image is not same to original image. Okay, so that is non-superimposable on its mirror images are called enantiomers. See example. So OH, CH3H and COOH attaches to middle one carbon. Okay, so 4 different groups present. So that compound is optically active, no doubt. The mirror image of this one, see the COOH present left side in first compound. Okay, the COOH present right side in second compound. Okay, so that is gives differently opposite directions. Okay, in the left side CH3 present right side and CH3 present left side in second compound. So this is non-superimposable on its mirror images. So that's why this is optically active compounds, and this both comes under enantiomers. Okay, next, retention. Retention means the spatial arrangement of bonds and configuration remains same after reaction and before reaction, known as retention. Understood? See, the spatial arrangement of bonds and configuration remains same. Configuration means dextrorotatory or levorotatory. If the plane polarized rotate clockwise, that is dextrorotatory. If it is anti-clockwise, levorotatory. See, if you take one compound, if and reactant, so that gives dextrorotatory. After reaction, again it gives same rotation. Okay, see, the spatial arrangement of bonds also remains same, and configuration also remains same after reaction and before reaction, known as retention. Okay, see example, AXBC is there, okay, in that compound, and you are adding Y and you are removing X. See example, one group you are adding, so group is we are taking as a Y, and we are removing one atom or group from reactant, that is minus X we are removing. See where you are removing X, at same position you are adding Y, right side. Okay, the spatial arrangement of bonds remains same. Where is A, that remains same, where is B, that remains same, and where is C, that is also remains same. Only we are removing X and we are adding Y, that same position. Okay, and also reactant, if reactant contains dextrorotatory, and product also gives dextrorotatory only. So this type of reaction or this type of compounds we call as retention. Next, inversion. Next one is inversion. See, that name itself tells that inversion, opposite. The spatial arrangement of bonds and configuration changes after reaction. See, that is opposite to retention. Opposite to retention. So after reaction, that complete configuration become opposite. If the reactant contains dextrorotatory, so after reaction, so that gives levorotatory, ulta, opposite. Okay, so that is inversion. The spatial arrangement of bonds and configuration changes after reaction. See example, you are adding Y to this compound, that is A, B, C and X present. You are adding Y opposite to carbon and X bond. Okay, and you are removing X. See in this case, where is X? Right side. After reaction, where is Y? Y is left side, that is opposite side, right? So that type of reaction, this type of reaction we call as inversion. So we'll get product is inversion. If the reactant gives dextrorotatory, so in the product that gives levorotatory. Okay, so this is inversion product. Next one, racemic mixture. Next one is racemic mixture. 50% inversion product and 50% retention product. Okay, this mixture known as racemic mixture. Racemic mixtures are optically inactive. Okay, 50% dextrorotatory means it is undergoing clockwise direction. 50% half round. Okay, again one more compound gives out 50% levorotatory, so that both get cancelled and complete rotation is zero. So optically inactive, there is no rotation takes place in racemic mixture. So this is takes place in SN1, SN1 reaction. So product is, what type of product you will get? Racemic mixture will get. Okay, yes. Next one is elimination reaction. Next topic is elimination reaction. So this is also called as beta elimination or dihydrohalogenation. Not di, that is a dehydrohalogenation. Okay, DE. Okay, dehydrohalogenation. Dehydrohalogenation means removal of hydrogen and halogen. Okay, so elimination reaction also called as beta elimination, also called as dehydrohalogenation. When a haloalkane, with beta hydrogen atom is heated with alcoholic solution of KOH to form alkene. Since beta hydrogen atom is involved in, is eliminated. Okay, so involved is eliminated. 1 minute. Yeah, he is eliminated. Is eliminated, so also called beta elimination or dehydrohalogenation. See example, C X directly attaches to carbon, so that carbon we called as alpha. Next carbon we called as beta, that is left side carbon present side, that is beta. That carbon contains one hydrogen, that hydrogen we called as beta hydrogen. Okay, so beta hydrogen when treated with the base, so that one we are writing in the form of B minus. Okay, that is base, this general reaction. Okay, so that base accept hydrogen, or it removes the hydrogen from the compound, so that time B is combined with H, formation of BH. Okay, and X is present, right, and that X comes out and formation of double bond between two carbon atoms. So X minus comes out, and that hydrogen from beta carbon hydrogen combined with the base BH comes out. Okay, so that time formation of double bond alkene you will get. So this is also called as beta elimination or dehydrohalogenation. So what is B in this case? Base. What is X? That is fluorine to iodine, that is fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine you can take. Next one, Sedzeff rule. Okay, Sedzeff rule, this is important. This is also comes under elimination. In dehydrohalogenation reactions, the preparable product is that alkene which has the greater number of alkyl groups attached to double bonded carbon atoms. Double bonded carbon atom. So which is the most preferable method? We'll see example. See that the middle compound CH3 single bond CH and Br attaches to that CH, and single bond CH2 single bond CH3, that middle compound. Okay, that Br attaches to that CH carbon, right? So that carbon we called as alpha carbon. Next carbon is beta, that is one right side beta carbon is there, and left side also one beta carbon is there. Okay, the possibility is two possible. Okay, you will get two product. So right side, see, treated with alcoholic KOH, and left side also alcoholic KOH, because you can remove beta hydrogen, because two beta hydrogen is present, so that's why you'll get two products, possible product. Now the possibility is you can remove right side beta carbon present, right? In that you have to remove one hydrogen, and Br you can remove, so you'll get double bond between that Br carbon and that right side beta is the right, that beta carbon, you will get double bond. So that is right side product, CH3 single bond CH double bond CH single bond CH3. So compound name is but2ene. Okay, now left side again, that is treated with same alcoholic KOH. The possibility is you can remove hydrogen from left side beta carbon. Left side beta carbon. Okay, so now left side beta carbon is the right, you can remove hydrogen from that carbon. Okay, now you can remove hydrogen from that carbon, and you just remove Br from second carbon, so that time you will get double bond between terminal carbon and second carbon. So CH2 double bond CH single bond CH2 double bond CH3. Okay, what is the compound name? but1ene. So in this two product, which one is major product? Okay, so now see this statement. In dehydrohalogenation reaction, the preferable product is that alkene which has the greater number of alkyl group attached to double bond carbon atoms. That is Sedzeff rule. According to Sedzeff rule, which is the more alkyl group attaches to double bond? but2ene. but2ene has two alkyl group. See, double bond present in middle carbon atoms. Okay, and right side one CH3 is there, left side one CH3 is there. Two alkyl group present in but2ene, that is right side. Left side product you said one but1ene. So here only ethyl group attaches to right side. Okay, only right side alkyl group present, that is ethyl group, that is CH2 single bond CH3, that is only ethyl group, only one alkyl group, that one. Okay, So which is a major product now according to Sedzef rule? That is right side product is major product according to Sedzef rule. Okay. Now reaction with the metals. Reaction with metals. So RMgX, alkyl magnesium halide. Okay, referred as Grignard reagent. Okay, these reagents are obtained by the reaction of haloalkanes with magnesium metal in dry ether. So Rx plus Mg in presence of dry ether gives RMgX, Grignard reagent. So Grignard reagent is RMgX. So what is R? R is alkyl group. Okay, or ring structures also you can take. Okay, so R is alkyl groups. Think 1 minute. This is 15. This is 60. Yeah, this is the page number 16. Grignard reagents are highly reactive and react with moisture to form hydrocarbons. Preparation of Grignard reagent in anhydrous condition. Okay, so preparation of Grignard reagent in anhydrous condition. If any moisture or water molecule present in that reaction, so Grignard reagent is highly reactive. So that's why it undergoing reaction with water, it gives hydrocarbons. Okay, see reaction RMgX plus H2O, that gives RH plus MgOHX. Okay, so that's why preparation of Grignard reagent takes place in anhydrous condition. So that's why we are using dry ether. Okay, so because Grignard reagent is highly reactive. Now, so what type of bonds present in Grignard reagent? So R single bond, Mg single bond, X. So X is halides. So you know already halogens, that is 17th group elements. So Mg is metal and 17th group are non-metal. So what type of bond present between metal and non-metal? That is ionic bond. Okay, and what type of bond present between R and Mg? So that is polar covalent bond. Okay, between R and Mg polar covalent bond, and Mg single bond X, so that is ionic bond, which is strong bond. Ionic bond is strong bond compared to covalent bond. So that time when RMgX undergoing decomposes, it gives out R. Okay, so not X, you have to remember. Okay, RMg bond is easy to break. Okay, so that time it gives out R. Now next topic is what's reaction. Alkyl halides react with sodium in dry ether to form hydrocarbon containing double the number of carbon atoms present in the halide. This reaction is known as What's reaction? 2Rx plus 2Na in presence of dry ether, that gives RR. So what is R? R is alkyl groups. Okay, CH3 you can take, plus 2NaX. Okay, so this is reaction. Next, chemical reactions of haloarenes. Chemical reactions of haloarenes. Nucleophilic substitution reaction, electrophilic substitution reaction, reaction with metals. Okay, chemical reactions of haloarenes classified into three types. First one, nucleophilic substitution reaction. See, alkyl halides are extremely less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction due to the following reasons. Okay, so when compared to haloalkanes or alkyl halide, okay, so aromatic or aryl halides are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay, the reasons we'll discuss in next video. Okay, bye.